What's up, guys? Jeremy with Lifted Adventures. You guys are now watching, wait for it to come up, Jeremy's Pedal Power Hour. Today is a awesome day, guys. I hope you're having an awesome one. Jeremy's Pedal Power Hour is where I take an hour of seriously non-serious time and interview other YouTube mountain bikers, mountain booters, and we have a blast and just get to know the YouTuber. Today, I have the one, the only, Mr. Seth from Backyard Trail Builds. You can't hear it, Seth, but I got John Cena in the background. Woo! Okay, that's enough.
All right, yeah.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. It's a good day to be a YouTube mountain booper.
Mountain booper. It's a blessing to be a mountain booper.
No.
So everybody, I want you guys to think of questions. We got, I think, about 5 people on right now. We'll get some more people on, I'm sure. 6 people on now. Get your questions. Go ahead and ask questions. This is a seriously not serious podcast, live stream, whatever you want to call it. And we just have fun. So ask whatever questions you want. We will cut completely out of anything else we're doing and talking about just to get your question out and have fun with this. And yeah, we'll have a blast with this. So, Seth, starting it off, tell me about what your YouTube channel is. If people don't know what it is, what do you do on your YouTube channel? On your YouTube channel?
On my YouTube channel, I build loads and loads of trail features. So anything from like drops to jumps to wooden pump tracks now to I don't know. I think I just like to build mostly. It's a going from a mountain biker to realizing that I like trail building more than mountain biking. So
Really?
it's just
That's awesome.
Full on, it's mountain biking is the side part to the trail building now. So yeah, the channel is all about trail building and me just learning and progressing as I do that. So
That's totally awesome. It's a completely. I'm getting my wife saying, "What? What do we can't hear? We can't hear you.
I'm quiet.
You're quiet." So we got.
It's on my phone, so I don't know.
Let me get you. See if we can hear it. There, we should be able to hear it. Thank you for
How's that?
my wife.
Any better?
It should be better. It should be fine. I turned you up on my side too. But no, that's totally awesome. What got you to? I mean, you started obviously mountain biking first, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you didn't go out and start.
Of course. Yeah.
Was building? Was it always a building thing, or like how did it start taking place?
Well, so I live in St. Louis, Missouri, so there's literally like at the time that I started, there was no progressive anything. I mean, it's all XC trails. Like we have awesome volunteers who like dedicate tons of time into these really cool XC trails, but there's no progression. You get fit. You can't become a better biker on just XC alone. So, I decided like, okay, I need to get something in my backyard or something so I can, when I go to other places like Bentonville or Colorado, I can actually ride stuff, because you go to all these cool places and you can't ride anything. So what I did, I came home and just built the drop to start off with, did that. Then you build the little jump and then it just slowly keeps progressing. And all of a sudden you realize like, oh man, I just want to keep building stuff. Like this is fun in and of itself,
So
not
awesome.
to progress just alone. So yeah, it's mainly just started as progression and then went to I just like doing it now.
Now, how'd you learn it? Did you teach yourself, or were you watching YouTube channels, other YouTube videos on it, or what? What got you to knowledge on it?
So I mean, I have a little bit of background in just general construction and knowing how to build things that aren't going to fall apart after using them a couple times. But yeah, I mean, I watched a couple videos, but I mean, that's kind of the whole reason that I started making the YouTube stuff. It's because I noticed there was a lack of videos of that. So
Yeah.
nothing, just a bunch of time lapses of people clearing trail, and it's like, okay, well, that's an area of YouTube that isn't being utilized yet. So I can just start building, because I know structural things. I mean, and anybody can go out and just overbuild stuff. Don't be skimpy on your on your features. You don't want to break your neck trying to ride stuff.
So
but,
did you, when you were building it, did you kind of build your stuff to push you a little bit more? Did you kind of go a step above your skill level?
Oh yeah, every time. I mean, it used to be that always. Like I built something, and then it would be like 2 weeks of me trying to get myself to ride it, and yeah, it's not like that anymore because I don't have health insurance. So I'm a little sketched out and I'm at the point where like the drops and stuff are getting a little bigger, where like they're past the point where if I mess up on them, I'm gonna get seriously hurt, as opposed to before it was like a foot drop and I had to wait like a week or two to get up to just doing a little foot. And even if
Cobra Kyle's stay rowdy within reason. You live that out on the trails.
Yes. Exactly.
That's totally awesome.
Yeah, I'm not one for pushing the limits, you know.
Oh yeah. Now, out of all the stuff that you've built and that you're building, have plans to build, you're doing a lot of woodworking builds right now. Is that what you really find your niche, or is it all together, or do you really like dirt building?
I do. I thoroughly enjoy working with wood, and I think I'm gonna definitely dive further down that stream as we go into more stuff on the channel, because I'm looking into trying to eliminate the power tools and eliminate the nail. I want to start getting into like joinery and getting really in depth with that sort of stuff. But also, I mean, working with wood, you can erect working with wood, you can build a drop or a jump really easily within a day.
Yeah.
Where dirt, it's just a lot of labor. Like it's just shoveling, and then eventually you can. It's nice once you have all the dirt there and you can shape it, but getting that dirt is a different question, you know.
I have to say, just looking at, I mean, you've got it down with the wood, and I'm sorry guys if you've asked questions. I'm seeing on just now on my side, I'm not able to see the questions, so I'm having to go to my phone and actually do this. Is the sound okay, guys? Make sure you're answering that too for me. Make sure it sounds good. I have to say, you know, you got it really when you did that huge dirt pile jump that you built that took you forever to clear it. That was awesome.
Right.
You got mad skills on that. The cedar and the wood stuff that you've got going on lately is just, it's a piece of art. I mean, do you see it as a piece of art, or is it just a piece of your trail now to you?
I don't see it as art. I mean, a lot of people, art is art. Art is something that you look at and you get like feelings from and emotions from. Like I look at it and I'm like, wow, that took a lot of time and it's cool looking, but I guess you could look at it as art, but I don't know. I like it.
It looks gorgeous.
It gives you a good feeling. Yes, it's awesome. Cedar is great. Like the tree itself is art, I guess, to some degree, but I wouldn't say I'm doing anything to make it. It's just gorgeous as it is, you know.
Well,
I'm not doing anything to make
I'd say it looks like art to me. It looks gorgeous. I'm enjoying it, but does your whole yard smell of cedar now? Like smell good?
I definitely tend to smell great all the time messing with cedar like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
I'll
awesome.
come in and Dan will be excited about it, like, oh, you smell so good. Oh.
Well, good. That's keeping her around. She's got so many reasons
to
not to.
Yeah.
But
she's around for the cedar.
That's good. That's the only reason. That's the only thing she likes. I like you for your cedar, not for your money, but for your cedar. Now, Cobra Kyle is asking, how much land do you actually have? I know you live on your parents or something like that with them, right?
Yeah, we're kind of in like joined properties, so it's all together. It's somewhere around 60 acres. So there's tons. I mean, I've built only on about maybe 3 acres in total.
Awesome.
So there's just, yeah, there's so much potential. And I probably won't ever use all the acreage, to be honest. Like I don't want to just keep building trail for the sake of building trail. I'd rather like nicely like groom everything, get everything looking like just as best as it can. I that's why everything's kind of focused right around my house, because I just can't seem to pry myself to keep building more trail. I just keep wanting to modify and make things better. And
do you find yourself
60 acres in
it's super cool because you basically can just wake up and go ride. Do you find yourself riding that more than you ride your local trails? Do you ride your stuff all the time? Obviously, if you ride too much it could get boring, but even then you're making more and more stuff. So
no, I haven't ridden a local trail in, I don't even know, possibly a year.
Wow, that's awesome.
Not only that, to say though, I don't ride much because I'm building all the time. Like there's not, I normally like what you guys see in the videos is about what I ride.
Yeah.
It's maybe one day out of the week I get to go ride on the stuff that I'm making, and then it's right back to editing or right back to building after that. So
that's awesome. Now,
but either way, yeah.
That's totally cool. Now, Flatwoods MTB is asking, how long were you building trail features before you decided to give? What did you start building whenever you got your YouTube channel, or did you start before you had your YouTube channel?
No, I was building probably maybe 2 years before I started the YouTube channel, maybe a year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wasn't like, when I started YouTube, I started building like weekly, whereas before it was like you'd come in and out of it. Like you build a feature and then ride it once, and then come back a month later, you build something else or clear a little bit of trail. Like it wasn't nothing was ever getting done. When I started YouTube, it was like things just skyrocketed as far as like production level and what things were getting built.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your stuff.
It's insane what.
You're doing it a lot now, and YouTube is kind of, absolutely, not kind of, but totally blessed you in the field of your expansions outside of your own backyard. Tell us a little bit about what you've had going on if people haven't seen what you've done. What have you done recently outside of your backyard?
What do you mean?
What kind of trail building stuff have you been doing outside of your backyard?
Not much yet. I'm getting a lot of things worked out where I will be doing stuff. I've got some things lined up in, where am I at? I think Michigan. There's something that I'll be doing. One in North Carolina. There's a few things that I have lined up, but I haven't gotten to pursue anything yet. Besides, let's see. Yeah, I did a couple like consultations or like surveying of people's land and gave them some advice and stuff like that. But I haven't. There's a lot coming my way this year for sure, all because of YouTube.
Well, like, you definitely did. If people don't know yet on your channel who Seth Bike Hacks is, they're missing out. He's one of the biggest YouTubers for mountain biking industry in the world.
I think they know.
And would you say? You just got done working with him, but prior to, he had given you a shout out on your channel or on his channel about your stuff, and all of a sudden your channel starts exploding. Is that were you super pumped about seeing him first doing that the first time, or were you scared?
Oh yeah. Was I scared? Yeah. Terrified. No, of course I was excited. And even before that, like BKXC had shared me, and before that, Shut Up and Ride, or what was he called before that? He was the first person who shared me, and then Brian did, and then Seth did. It was nice to see, like, okay, I'm doing something right. If these larger guys are sharing this stuff, they must see some potential or something. Yeah. Something going right here. Keep pushing for it. And yeah, it was super exciting to see Seth share it though. I emailed him and I was like, hey, please give me some critique or anything. He's like, no, just keep doing what you're doing. Like, it's great. And it's like, oh, if he thinks you're up to the right stuff, then you probably are. So
that's totally awesome, dude. That's totally cool. That's getting your church yelled out by the Pope or something like that. That's pretty sick.
Sure. Yeah.
And with that, you just recently got back from Seth's actual house, helping him build. What do you call that? The tree gap or the skinny tree gap?
Yeah, whatever. Skinny tree gap over a tree, whatever it is.
And you
Yeah.
guys, you and Dana didn't hit it. You didn't send that. You couldn't. You couldn't do
No.
it. Yeah.
No, I did. I just got done telling you that I'm not one to push the limits as far as my mountain biking capability goes.
Now, does that happen a lot? Do you is that the first one you've built that you're like, no, not doing that?
Well, no, I mean that's what I used to build stuff like that all the time, and I'd build it and I'd be like, crap, why did I build that? I can't ride it. I'm not good enough yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, lately, yeah, that's definitely the only thing I've ever built and not ridden. So I will eventually get back there and ride that thing, but I got to get health insurance and get some progression in first,
That's hilarious.
It's
Well, you just learned your wheelies,
so
so make sure you do a wheelie while you're doing it.
yeah, I'll wheelie down it and then
the whole way down.
hop over the tree.
There you go. Now, pedaling with Paul says, pro tip for building a fire pit jump.
Pro tip
for building a fire pit jump.
I would say definitely jump it naked if you're gonna build that.
I know Paul. I don't know if I want to see Paul do that naked. That would be. Sorry, Paul.
Pro tip for building
you're a hairy
fire
man.
Jump.
I would say that'd be a pro tip.
Make sure the jump isn't too close to the fire, or else your jump will fall apart. How about that? That's a pro tip.
I didn't even think about that. Duh. You're building your jump. It's gonna burn.
Gotta think about that. Gonna burn. Yeah.
Cobra Kyle wants to know: are you YouTubing full time now? Do you have another job that you're doing main time? Or are you there yet?
No, I am not there yet. I hope to be maybe by next year, but as of right, I think I could be if I wanted to jump and just go all in. I think I very well could do it, but I own a dump trucking business, and like owning and driving full time is like it's too. You sit in a truck and drive all day long, so I can think about ideas for what I'm doing for the YouTube. I can get on my phone and just do things for the channel. It's a good job to have in parallel with the YouTube for now. So it makes good money. So
of course
it's tough YouTube is tough to get some good income. I got to find some sponsors
yeah,
first.
I understand. Now, off of, I mean, it's weird because, I mean, this is a mountain biking podcast, as you call it. We're talking about mountain biking. All things are mountain biking with this, but get to the actual metal and aluminum, carbon fiber. What do you ride? What is the bike that you ride?
Right now I ride a Transition Smuggler. It is aluminum, and that's what I ride right now. I do have something in the works where I might be getting a new bike very, very, very soon, like maybe next week sometime.
Do I need to put the John Cena sound on again? No, I'm good.
Maybe so, but that one's gonna be. I think that one's gonna be carbon. So
dude, that's sick. That's awesome.
We will be. Yeah, I'm excited about it.
With your transition, I mean, have you had any issues with it and had to call customer support? Because that's what I hear. Their customer support is like, no, you haven't. Okay, well, that's what I hear. Their customer support is like the bomb and the best out there.
Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, I've never had a problem with it, so I don't.
I had a buddy who
they're awesome.
I had a buddy who cracked a triangle, and like it literally cracked it in half. And he wasn't the original owner. He was like second or third hand on it. And he called him up and said, "Hey, I got this. This is what's happened." And they're like, "Okay, cool. Tell us your address." And sent him on a new part, completely free, shipping paid, and just made him send the old part back. Didn't care. And he's like, "I'm not the first owner of it." And they're like, "Yeah, we know. We want to be a different kind of company." So, I've only heard good things about
Wow.
Transition. Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah, I've
Wow.
heard some good stuff about them.
Well, yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah, there you go. So now you can send it a little harder, knowing you're good, but still
I'm not worried about the bike
get the
breaking.
health
I'm worried
get the
about
health insurance.
me
Yeah.
breaking.
Well, I mean, if you build a fire pit underneath your jump, I don't know if that would make it easier or harder on that. Let's see. Any other questions we got? Kerry Hall says, Seth, let's go for a ride. He wants to go for a
Oh
ride real
yeah,
soon.
yeah.
That is
Hello,
the only
Carrie.
questions. So, guys, ask some more questions. Let's make it more fun. So with that, is your bike customized? Do you have any aftermarket parts? Did you pimp your ride at all?
No, I did some custom decals and stuff on it, but other than that, the only thing I have replaced is the derailleur, which is just because it's a GX. The GX ones seemed to prone to breaking, and it did. So I
Well, there you go.
upgraded that one to the X01. And but other than that, no, I haven't done anything to it. I'm not. I used to be pretty big into like wanting to pimp the ride, but trail building takes up too much time now, so I don't get to think about tech very much. And yeah, I could barely even work on my own bike anymore. I used to be so into it, and then now there's just no time. No time. Need more time.
Completely off subject and completely random. I completely forgot, but at the beginning of all my live streams, I have every single one of my interviewers say Jeremy's pedal power hour 5 times fast. So we'll just do it. Go ahead and say it 5 times fast. Completely random.
There you go. How was that? Pretty
That
good,
sounded
huh?
a little tipsy. Okay.
I'm fast.
He's super fast. Pedaling with Paul says flats or clips. I don't know.
Flats.
Flats, okay.
Flats for sure.
Do clips scare you like they scare me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Yep.
I'm a sissy, man. I'm a huge sissy when it comes to riding.
And that goes right back to
I'd much
health
rather
insurance.
be able to. Yep, health insurance. I'd much rather be able to bail as quick as possible.
I'm the same boat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, we got another question. Seth from Slightly Sketchy. Perfect. Slightly Sketchy. What will be your next bike? Well, I guess you can't. You might not be able to tell that. Yeah, we can't say that yet.
You will find out. I don't want to be that guy, but it'll be.
Slightly
I won't
Sketchy.
make a big
He's going to be
deal out
that
of
guy.
it.
He is going to be that
I'm
guy.
gonna be that little. You'll just see it in a video. I might not do like a new bike day, like whatever.
Like everybody else.
It's.
Like I even did it.
Yeah, I don't know. I might though. Who knows? I probably will. I'm a liar. You'll see. It'll be probably in 2 weeks. You'll see what the bike is. It's very similar geometry to the Smuggler. So, if that's a hint.
Smuggler.
But it's not a Smuggler.
Carrie Hall asks, Seth, have you had any inputs out at Eureka Mountain Bike Park? Are we going to see any cedar elements out there? Real mid ride clipless, by the way. I don't know about that, but go ahead.
So actually, Carrie, I was just at Mountain Bike Shed last night for like their big celebration or whatnot. Mm-hmm. Not at Mountain Bike Shed, but Melvin Brewing. It's just a place here locally that is big advocates of the local mountain biking scene. But yeah, I was talking to some of the guys that's with Gort Gravity, Carrie, and I think there might be some stuff coming up with all that over there. We think there will be some sort of collaboration on a project on that hill.
No, Eureka,
and,
is that Eureka
definitely.
Springs?
No, Eureka is just near St. Louis. It's got Six Flags. That's probably the only thing that somebody might know what it is.
I think I went there when I was a little child, a young whippersnapper. I think I went there. Let's see. Pedaling with Paul asks, flats are the bomb. That's not a question. He says, have you seen or tried the Pedaling Innovations Catalyst pedals. I think, if I'm correct, those are the magnetic ones, aren't they?
Oh.
Seth does not know pedaling with
I
pedal.
don't know.
I
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, so therefore I haven't.
There's your answer.
But
Flatwoods.
that sounds interesting.
Flatwoods MTB wants your old bike. Once you get the new one, so there's that.
I'll send it out.
Okay, so
send me that address.
Now you said there's tons of XC trails around you. Did you say you started XC, like big time XC guy, or?
Oh yeah, super into like the fitness of it. Never did any races, but just like very competitive with myself.
Yeah,
would get out and always try to just do better.
So you haven't done any type of races? Yeah. You haven't done road? You said you didn't do XC races. Did any other kind of races or anything you did?
Nope. Just super into it. Always rode by myself. Always do ride by myself.
Right, so, okay.
Just yeah. But yeah, XC was.
You got Dana
everything,
there with you a lot. Does she help out a lot with the builds?
Not really. She used to a little bit, but she's got her own thing going and she gets busy. But yeah, I'm kind of like obsessive about it, and I like to go through every detail of everything myself. And yeah, I'm probably not fun to work
twice,
with.
Cut once. Yeah. I understand.
Yeah. She'll help me. She will help me come like plank things and stuff whenever I get to that point.
Yeah.
But for the most part, she'll come out every once in a while.
How is she about, and not just her, but the rest of your family and friends and everything? How do they react to your YouTube channel?
I think they're all pretty supportive. I've got a real weird family. We're not very vocal with each other. It's like, yeah. Well, there you go. I mean, they're all supportive about it. They think it's fun and weird that I do it. And when people come here, they're like, what is all this stuff? What are you doing? But yeah, it's weird. Like whenever I step back and look at everything that I've got in my backyard, it's like, oh, what is the matter with me? Why do I just I'm like some weird ant that just keeps building this pile of things. It's like, what do you?
I really want to know, and I've said
they're interested.
I've said it to you before. I want to know what it's going to look like in the next 2 years. What your trails are going to be. It's at the pace you're going right now. It's going to be nuts. I bet. Do you have?
So that's where I need to take a break and develop my riding skills, because I'm afraid I'm going to keep. I don't know. I don't want to build things that start becoming the same, because I'm scared to build anything bigger. So I need to go on like a big trip and maybe do some other type of footage for a while, just to develop as a rider, because I'm getting stale, a little stale in the builds. But yeah, I need some interesting things, and I'm finding that I'm like wanting to build like just more crafty things than tough riding things. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but
Crankzilla says this is not Jordan Boostmaster, but he is still rad. Okay.
No, I'm definitely I might be the polar opposite of Jordan Boostmaster. I am Seth Lay Down Master, or
Seth Lay Down Master. You still need to build that, what do you call it, the rocket ship, or I'm not going to say it on live stream, just launches you straight.
Oh, can I say it?
Go ahead, say it.
The boner log?
That one right there.
Is that what you're talking about?
That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, that is one that I'd like. There's a bunch that I'd like to get a boner log. I'd like to get a whale tail. I'd like to get. I've got a pond out here, like a big, like probably 1 acre pond that I definitely want to do some like jumps into and whatnot come this spring or summer.
Those videos do like huge on YouTube. So just being stupid and
I mean that would be great. And then the good thing about water is for the most part, I don't think you'll get hurt, but if I can just launch like insanely high and just plop into the water, Yeah. So that's That'd be good for me.
Wear a jacket, and you won't feel the slap as bad. I would think. I've never tried it.
The slap of the water.
Yeah, if you like totally like what my buddy Rusty calls a dead sailor, dead
yeah.
sailor.
Dead. Mm-hmm.
What's it called? Dead sailor, dead soldier, whatever.
Dead sailor, or dead fish.
Dead fish. Just
or something. What is that called? Why?
Rusty's on here. Rusty, tell us what it's called. Okay, but Rusty does ask. I have 6.7 acres of land here in Florida. He's my buddy. That I want to build backyard trails on, but it's all Florida sand. Have you ever had any had to deal with building trails on sand? Any tips?
No, and I'd love to find out how you guys do that down there. I'm very curious. Any videos I see, it's always.
We're down here in
Florida. What's that?
I'm saying, looky here. We're down in Florida.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, come on. Yeah. No, but they're very unique looking trails because it's clear that you guys are going through like painstaking, like trying to get elevation out of like these areas. I like that everything's almost like stacked. It looks like there's always several trails like right on top of each other. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about building on sand. I'd like to know. It seems like you'd have to dig down and get some sort of clay because you clearly can't just. I don't know.
A lot of the stuff around here is quarries. We have a lot of quarries. They dug up a lot of different stuff. So there's that kind of elevation put in there. And I even think we have a place called Graham Swamp, and it was a mining. They mined there, so basically the same thing. So, but yeah, that sugar sand, when it rains, it is amazingly packed and sticky. But when it's dry, that stuff it'll wash you out like crazy. Let's see.
Yeah.
It is called a dead sailor. Dead sailoring. Whenever you go off and you just kind of go off the side. But what were we talking about? The interesting name jump and everything. You don't think that one would be the log? You don't think that would be too past your skill level? Do you think that would scare you?
The boner log?
Yeah, I think that would scare me. Just sending it.
I mean, it depends. I'd have to put it on a nice sloped hill. That way, you just kind of you could land anywhere. And I've got some elevated areas that would be perfect for it. So I'm pretty excited to do that one. I'm not sure how you do it though. I think you either just got to dig way, way down at a vertical and stick it in there, or put some sort of anchor. Is it
basically just a long jump, a long wooden jump? And
yeah, I mean you stick a big tree in the ground vertically, and then just plank it, and then there's your log. Thus the boner log.
And so it'd be basically shooting straight up and then a step down. Because I mean, what's your lander on that?
Yeah, just a big transition. You just need something that's, so it. Dude,
that would.
I
don't know if I've ever seen one. That would trip me out. I think I'd be scared.
They've got them. I think they have them at Whistler or somewhere. I've seen them in places. They're always giant and they look insane. But we could do. I think that's my thing is I make smaller versions of everything. They've got like a mini Whistler here.
Yeah.
That's It's for the ninnies and the sissies of the world.
It's okay. It's good. You got some awesome stuff there. Carrie Hall says, knowing you just said you need to take a building timeout to progress your writing, are you going to complete the Cedar Pump track loop before that?
That'll get done. This next video that I put out won't be the Cedar Pump track.
Yeah.
I am taking a break because it's the berms. All I need to do is do some more berms, and then it's a full loop, but the berms are so expensive to get built.
Yeah.
There's just so much wood involved, and then it's wearing me down building with pressure treated wood. There's so much of it, and there's so many nails and screws that are going into everything. It feels gross to build. I'm worried I'm building this big thing that I won't ride or hope. It's fun to ride, but I'm afraid I might end up just selling it to somebody or to a city or to whoever wants to buy it. But
I can feel your pain.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, think of it. I knew when I started building it, unless I just keep doing a long straight line, which that would be pretty cool instead of doing a loop. But I mean, how much does anybody ride like those small loops for pump tracks? Probably not much. You ride it like a few times and you're like, okay,
and all that kind of stuff, like the pump tracks they have.
Yeah, but that's tough and very extensive to do with wood. Like if I had a bunch of dirt just to like move around, then that would be awesome. But the wood is it's kind of more of just an endeavor that I want to see if I can do it, kind of a thing, rather than it looks cool, but I think you just get bored. Like I just said, you move on to the next thing as soon as it's done.
I completely agree with that. I completely agree with you on that. Seth, this I forgot about this. You haven't done a live stream in a long time, and several live streams ago you played music for us all. How long have you been making music? I know a lot of your videos. People out there, if you did not know, go back and like I didn't say it before, but I have his channel down in the description below. Go and check out his channel. You've got a lot of your videos. You made the music for the background. How long have you been doing that?
I mean, that was I've been recording music since I was 15. I started playing guitar when I was 11 or 12.
Yeah.
So long time. I'm 27 now, so I've been recording music for 12 years. So it's I love it. I mean, that was the whole concept at first that I thought I was going to do for the channel, was like I'd make a song and then like the trail build would be like a music video for the song.
Yeah.
But then as I moved to putting videos out once a week, I was like, okay, well, you don't have time to make songs anymore, so you're gonna have to start using the royalty-free music.
Now, and how many instruments do you play?
Mainly guitar and vocals, a little bit of piano, a little bit of. I used to play the drums a little bit, but I mean, definitely guitar and vocals. Like that's the main thing.
Do you use what's the program you use to mix everything together? I'm really interested in this. Pro. Everybody else might not be interested in this. People don't know, I'm actually a certified recording engineer from college that I don't really use a lot. But yeah, I did that in the past, Pro Tools and all that kind of stuff. So.
Oh, no, that's what I used Pro Tools for a while, but I went to Logic Pro just because I got a Mac, and like you kind of don't have many options as far as that goes. But I like Logic. It's intuitive and easy to use. So.
It is. I messed around a little bit with, ever heard of Reason? I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
I messed around with that only because I had a dude in my dorm that was making techno music, and he had that, and it looked totally awesome because you could flip the black box around, and you could see all the plugins and everything. But yeah, I never got into it. But that's totally cool, dude. So do you so most of your stuff now, I mean, you still throw some stuff out, and you do vocals and everything on them.
Sometimes, and I actually just made a new song that I'll probably use coming up here soon. But I don't know. I would definitely like to do more of the music in it, and it's just tough. There's just not enough time whenever you're doing. If I go full time on YouTube, then I'll probably start making more music into it. But as of right now, it's just too much time, and I'm stressed out as it is trying to get them out. So
I understand. Yeah.
So have you made music then? If you're a recording
not an interview
guy,
about me, but yes, I have made music.
Well,
and
I can ask questions.
I know you can. It's okay. I started playing piano.
Have you used?
When I was 3 years old, and wrote music when I was a kid and adult and everything, and I play a lot of different
Really?
instruments.
So what? So do you have a bunch of stuff recorded too? Then why don't have you used your stuff?
I have not recorded something since. See, when did I graduate college? I did it. I had to do it in college. I was a music major in college, so I had to make some stuff, and I think that's the last time I actually recorded anything. I still play guitar and piano and banjo and other stuff. And so,
No crap. You might here. Can I show you something?
Yeah,
You might get a kick out of it.
please do.
One second. This, I bought a suitcase and I built up an entire like suitcase drum kit.
Oh, that's
It's got
awesome.
all of the stuff inside, all the kicks, the tambourine. So you can bring everything out and like sit up in the street,
That's so
do
cool.
whatever kind of stuff.
That's one of those ones
yeah.
you can like wear on your back and everything. You said, right? Is it?
No, you
No?
actually, so you sit on top of it. So if I was
Okay.
playing,
Yeah.
yeah, I would like just sit here, and you have a tambourine connected down here, and then you got the hat, so you're kind of
Oh,
back
that's
and forth with
sweet.
your knees as you play, and yeah, it's awesome, super fun.
Yes.
But I
Now-
got to use that in a while.
Did you buy that all like that, or did you put that together?
No, I made it. I put it together. I bought like a snare and everything.
Dude, that is sick,
just
dude.
kind of designed it and cut it out.
That's
Yeah, it's fun.
more time on
But,
than I could do. That I would love to have done that. I kind of played a little bit because
Yeah.
I play banjo, and you know the head of a banjo is basically a drum head, and did a little bit. Not you got the guys that drum on their guitars and everything, but I like to do that.
Yeah.
With the banjo too, but that's totally cool, dude. What's your favorite song riff to play on the guitar? Everybody's got to ask it.
I thought like I won't be able to answer that, but I definitely so I like if anybody's heard of Shaky Graves, during one of the live streams I actually played it, but it's his what's it called?
You did play it. I remember this.
It is called. Yeah, I love it. It's just a really heavy finger picking intensive song, and it's a lot of movement, and it's just so much fun to play. Late July is the name of it.
Okay.
Late July by Shaky Grave.
Okay.
Awesome song, super cool.
I had never heard of it until you played it, and it was totally awesome. I remember you playing that on that. That's I think the last time you actually played, but on a live stream.
Yeah.
Let's see, Scott Smith. Is there anywhere we can actually go and find any music? Do you have music online or anything like that, or is it just
I'm on Spotify.
Spotify? Okay.
On Spotify under the name The Trail Builder.
Trail Builder. Of
I
course.
figured
that works.
Yep, nice and easy.
What kind of music
But,
do you
yeah.
prefer to make?
I guess like alternatives, indie kind of. I don't know, the kind of. I guess it's like 2000 rock or like alternative 2000s rock. How about that?
Sounds like you need to have
a good description?
real smoky voice to say that. 2000.
No, not see. That's grunt. That's like grunt. Not like the grungy kind of rock, but I don't know, like the Strokes or Kings of Leon or little MGMT, Vampire Weekend. Like those are my guys.
Now, your main instrument, Rusty asked, what's your main instrument for both of you? Is guitar pretty much your main instrument? I mean, obviously, that's most of your stuff on.
Yeah. That's the one I've been playing the longest for sure. So
Crankzilla says
guitar.
he plays Smith. I mean, the Siths. He plays I said Smiths. He plays the Siths.
Plays the synth.
He plays the synths. I completely missed the N. There you go. You need to get one of those. What do they call them? You blow into it and it's a keyboard.
Hold on. Melodica.
Yes, melodica. Do you have one?
Oh, it's not in there. I don't know where
Dang it, dude! That'd have been totally awesome.
It's being used. It gets used too much.
That's so awesome. Oh, that would have been so awesome.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have you on like just randomly, just so you can play the melodica.
Yeah.
That'd be so
That wouldn't
awesome.
be. It's pretty gross. You kind of there's a lot of spit ends up coming out
Well, it's
around
like
it, and you can feel it in the
what was the
keys.
instrument recorder? The recorder that we had to play back in like 3rd grade or 4th
Right.
grade.
Yep. Yeah. And then you gotta clear it. That was always the grossest
Yeah, it
too
was
with the
so
wind
disgusting.
instruments. There's literally a button that you blow
Yeah,
out your
yeah.
spit with.
Oh,
Yeah.
I played French horn and trumpet back in the day. So yeah, I know about that.
Mm-hmm.
It would French horn. They don't have. Some of
The
them have
spit
the little
hole.
spit valve, but a lot of times I actually had to take the tube out and then dump it. And since it was a full-on tube, I dumped it, and it would just be like a straight up just waterfall of just.
Oh
Just
yeah. Yeah. There you go.
That's totally
That's the
awesome.
best.
Craig Zilla says we should start a YouTube live stream band. What would we call ourselves?
Let's do it. Um.
The Boner
The
Logs.
YouTube live stream band. Yeah, there you go. The boner law. That would be good.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, Dana's on. Dana says it's in it's in her car. So this is all
I
her
saw
fault.
that.
The melodica's in her car.
Thanks a lot, Dana. It is her melodica, so that's okay.
Oh well, that makes sense. Then. That's okay. Do you play any other weird instruments like harmonica or something like that? No, I guess it's not weird.
No. We do. There's a banjo around here somewhere. There's what else? Do we have anything weird? I've tried didgeridoo, which those are weird. But I don't have one.
That noise.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. See, I can make noises. I don't need instruments.
Yeah. Yeah. What? Yeah. Where's the sound bites?
Okay.
Didgeridoo sound bites.
But cool. Well, how do you? So is that kind of like what your plan is for the future for your YouTube channel? Just continually on doing obviously more music of your own, but getting just more features, or do you have a plan of changes for your YouTube channel?
I do kind of. I'd like I really want to get more technical, crafty, like more joinery, more like I want to try to figure out a way to build things without nails or screws, like to make full features that could, if you wanted them, like if you left them alone, they would just go into the ground and then there'd be no nails or anything left sitting there, like a fully like zero impact trail feature, which I think would be the coolest if we could start to like make features that are super solid, just as solid as one made from screws and whatnot, but you could do it just by joinery. And yeah, that would just be, I think that's going to be where things start to go. I'll probably get a little more.
Are you talking about joints like puzzle piece kind of wise, or?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, like a mortise and tenon joint or a dovetail joint, or like like wood joinery was. I guess some people don't know what that is.
Yeah, Rusty says dovetail, peg and hole, etc. like that. That's super cool. Yeah,
right.
I never even thought about that kind of stuff. Usually, whenever I think of putting pieces of wood together, I'm thinking glue and nails or screws. So
right, totally and that's the easy way to do it, and that's fun and it's quick and it's good, but I don't know. There's something. It'd be so cool and very challenging to try to make a. Where I get stuck at is how I'll put the decking on, and I'd have to do some sort of like.
Well, you have a lot of those. I want to say Asian style furniture that. A lot of that dovetail and just fits in perfectly, and it looks like almost those soothing videos you watch of someone cutting through like Jello or something like that. It's just like perfect.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, awesome. The like ASMR kind of, and that's kind of like this next video that I've got. I'm building like a bridge and doing that, like no power tools, no that's anything. So cool. It'll be. I want to try and get. I don't know, get more naturey. Start to feel good. This pump track's got me feeling a little gross with all the pressure treated wood and just a lot of gross things.
Yeah, I understand. Now, out of all these wooden features, these dirt jumps, and everything you have out there in your backyard, just 50 yards away from you right now, which is totally sweet. What is your favorite, by far favorite thing that you've put together? And first, start off, what is your favorite in your backyard next to you right now? What's your favorite thing that you've put together in your backyard?
So the thing, I'll say the thing I've had the most fun riding is that cedar gap jump or whatever, where it's got the mini board and whatnot, like that big cedar jump. I've never gotten to ride a big jump like that before, and when I got to ride it, it was like, oh my, this is where it's at. Like, this is what I should just be doing from now on. Like, all these skinnies and stuff are like, they're such just butts. Like, you're just riding them and falling off. You're like, dang it. It's just loads and loads of flopping around, and you ride that, and it's like, oh, that felt so good. I want to do it 1,000 times. Like,
that's awesome.
But yeah, that cedar jump's my favorite as far as like riding it goes. But building wise, maybe shoot, I don't know. Probably this newest thing that I'm making right now. This bridge it's the most fun I've had building in a long time. Like, it's cool. I'm excited about it.
I have to say that that jump that you just mentioned is probably one of the most prettiest things that you've made. I know you said it's not art to you really, but that is that one, because all the cedar wood.
Cedar.
Yes, that's exactly it. The cedar it just pops out, just looks gorgeous. Even the mini board just is super cool.
Right.
But my favorite my favorite thing that you've built was probably the first video that I ever saw of you when you popped up in one of the queues on my side. Was that skinny, the skinny,
the skinny jean?
Skinny, yes. That was the coolest thing, and that's out of all the stuff you've built, that is the one thing that I really, really want to build. I don't know why, I suck at skinnies, and that just makes it look like I would make it fun for me, so.
That's weirdly, and it's weirdly easy to ride too, like because it puts you into track stand stance, so you can really go slowly and then like get through it. It's weird, like, and everybody who's like, not everybody, but the two people that I've let come here and ride, Dana and my cousin, they all love the skinny jean too. But yeah, that was a fun one. Actually, no, that one wasn't fun to build because it was just really time consuming. Like,
because you had to go left and right and make sure your wheels followed it correctly and everything, right?
Yeah, you have to keep taking your bike and like making sure everything is going right along the path, or else like you don't want to. It's just it took like 2 or 3 days just to make that little path. Like, it was weird. Yeah, but it doesn't cost very much because it's just a bunch of planks.
Yeah.
So it's a good one to build. If you're gonna build one, I would recommend that one.
With that, which build that you've done is the longest, that took the longest for you to build?
Probably that pump track right now. That thing is, there's a lot to it. There's a lot of that berm, especially that one got me real stressed out. Like, I didn't think I was going to be able to get it done in time, and just too many angles to account for. It's it's just a lot to it.
There's tons of stuff.
But it took me, I think, actually that laminate roller that I did, the first roller that I did for that, that took like probably a full week just to make one roller, because you had to sit there and wait for the glue to glue up overnight and with each one. And yeah, that was long.
Dang. I'll just pay you to come do it for me, so I don't have to stress out about that. So that's what we'll do.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Now back to the other question of your favorite feature. What's your favorite feature that you've built, combining yours and then outside of your yard? What's the favorite feature you've built? Is it still inside? Is it still that jump, or is there one outside of there?
Maybe Seth's the other Seth's house was pretty fun to build. There was a lot to that one, and it turned out awesome. And
the skin. I think Pedaling Paul said the skinny snake pit gap.
Yeah, snake pit skinny gap tree jump. Yeah, that one was super fun. to build.
That thing is
and
insane.
I don't get to. You know what? When I went to California to build with Kevin, he was. I don't get to work with people much whenever I'm building.
Yeah.
So any opportunity where I'm building with somebody, I find it's like, oh, this is so much better. Like you get multiple inputs and there's help that like you don't have to carry everything around yourself and things get done twice as fast. Like those tend to be my favorite buildings because I'm not alone slaving away, you know.
Because most of the time you're by yourself doing all that stuff.
Right, correct. Yeah, unless I can like coax Dan to come out and help me plank stuff, which takes forever. But yeah, I'm definitely a lonely boy out there in the woods. I got my dog with me though.
Yeah, your baby, your fur baby. So I think that's what Dana called it.
Yeah.
So, she said, actually, she said you used both of y'all's bikes, the 29er and the 27 and a half. So it would fit in most bikes.
Yeah, for the skinny jean. For the skinny jean,
the skinny.
yeah. I took
Did you
hers.
find that mathematically technical for that, or was that pretty simple?
No, you could do it. I'm sure if you took and like measured how. It's just easier to just keep running the bikes through. I would grab my bike, make sure it could do it, and I'd take her bike, make sure it could do it. And it was like, okay, well, if these both can do it, then most people's bikes are going to be able to do this thing.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of going back and forth.
Now, most of us bikers, the people I interview and everything, they're tech nerds and everything. Are you kind of a woodworking nerd, a person that's because Seth is, Rusty is over here asking, have you milled any wood? Seth Bike Hacks, he milled his own wood on the last video. Have you ever done anything like that? Is that kind of an interest to you, doing stuff like that?
I mean, I've definitely milled my own wood before, but I would like to. That's kind of where I'd like things to start to go. Not so much milling, but maybe splitting my own wood, splitting all the decking boards. Like, I really want to start to steer away from the heavy duty power tools because I think it's easy to do, and I'd like to learn. I don't think I'm not going to be learning if I'm sitting there with a chainsaw just buzzing through a log. Like anybody can go and do that and buy something that I'd like to become better at something as opposed to just like doing it for the sake of doing it, well, not knocking on Seth by any means.
I think what you do is you are one of the best ones I've seen other YouTubers do what you do, and they just don't. No one can compete with what you're doing on your channel. It's totally awesome. Now,
well, and that's only because people aren't brutal enough with their footage when they go to edit it. I don't think they. You got to really just get rid of all the fat. There's a lot of fat in these trail building videos that I see, and it's like, man, people don't want to sit here and watch your time lapse for 5 minutes. You gotta cut.
Now we're almost time up here, and we'll wrap it up here in a second. But with your channel, when you started your channel to now, if you could go back and tell yourself something, what do you wish you would have known when you started your channel? Now that you know,
I would say. I mean, like when I very first started, probably try and do it once a week for growth. And then, like I just said, cut things out of your video until it hurts. Yeah. And then that's your video. Like, if you feel good about your video, like, oh, they're going to love this. It's like, no, they're probably not. People don't have the attention span. Like, yeah, go I've watched my videos over and over and just go through every little half a second worth and make sure, like, am I getting bored yet? Like, is this boring? Should I cut this? Like, just be very thorough with everything.
All my POV videos.
That's what I would tell myself. And I mean, I don't know. There's just a lot of. I think that's just because there's a lot of POV.
There is tons of that
footage. Like, yeah. But if that's what you like doing, and like Brian does it perfectly fine. Like, there's clearly an audience for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't just Yeah, cut. That's my advice. Cut your footage more.
Well, that's it. That's perfect. Well, bro, I thank you so much for coming on here. I had a blast with you.
Yeah, this was
Guys,
nice.
go and check his channel out, Backyard Trail Builds. He's got some awesome stuff on there. Your channel is exploding. It's blowing up, and I'm super proud to have known you back when you were pretty small. Still bigger than I am, but smaller than you are now. And I'm super pumped to see where you're going to go in the next year, 2 years. But yeah, guys, go check him out. Watch his videos. He's got some awesome stuff on there. It'll make you really jealous and wish you could do it and hope you can. But love it. Do you have anything else you want to say? Awkward.
No, Jeremy's pedal power. Jeremy's pedal power. Jeremy's pedal power.
That's awesome. You almost got it. It works though. But yeah, guys, go and check his channel out. I got the links down in the description below. Like I say every single time, guys, make sure you lift up God, lift up life, lift up adventure. Get out there, make your own adventures. I don't think you don't have a closing comment, do you? You don't say anything at the end of your video.
I'll see you next. I'll see you at the next build.
I'll see you later.
I think that's it.
All right, cool. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks again, man. We'll talk to you guys later.
See ya.
All right.
Yep.